He threw oil on me, but he didn't realize what would happen next. That day, he didn't just stain my face, he stained his own reputation forever. My name is Daniel Lee, and this is the story of how one act of humiliation became a lesson in dignity, respect, and fate. For the last 2 years, I had been working as a mechanic trainee in a small garage on the edge of Los Angeles. It wasn't a glamorous job. My hands were always covered in grease, my clothes smelled like engine oil, and my lunch breaks were usually spent sitting under half-repaired cars. But I loved it. I was learning the language of machines, how every small part carried purpose, just like every person does. And even though I came from a wealthy background, I never told anyone, because I wanted to earn my respect, not buy it. One scorching afternoon, I got a call from a stranded driver on the highway. The man's voice was sharp, impatient. He said, "Get here fast. I don't have all day." So I grabbed my toolbox, hopped on my old bike, and drove off. When I arrived, I saw a black Mercedes parked by the road, shining like pride under the California sun. A tall man in designer sunglasses stood beside it, tapping his expensive watch in irritation. His name was Ryan Collins, one of the richest businessmen in the city. Before I could greet him, he gave me a disgusted look. "Ugh, you mechanics always smell like oil. Can you at least keep your distance and just fix it?" I ignored the comment and went straight to work. It was a simple issue, a blocked fuel line. But while I worked, he kept talking, complaining about how lazy people were, how he hated waiting, how his time was worth more than 100 of me. After 15 minutes, I was almost done tightening the pipe when he suddenly shouted, "Are you even doing anything? Or are you pretending to look busy?" I took a breath and replied calmly, "Just a few more minutes, sir. It'll be running soon." But before I could turn back, he did something I'll never forget. He picked up a bottle of black engine oil and with a cruel grin, poured it right over my head. The hot liquid splashed across my face, dripping down my neck and shirt. Everyone nearby froze. A couple at a food truck, a man walking his dog. They all stared. Ryan laughed loudly. "There, now you look like a real mechanic." I could feel my heart pounding, not from anger, but from humiliation. Every drop of oil felt like a wound. I wiped my face, looked straight at him, and said quietly, "Sir, one day you'll understand what you just did." Then I packed my tools, mounted my bike, and left. No shouting, no revenge, just silence. A week later, fate gave me a front row seat to his lesson. That morning, I walked into Toyota Motors headquarters for a major business presentation. I had recently joined the company as a junior mechanical engineer, part of my training program, a path my father, the regional director, had encouraged me to take. Ryan Collins was there too. He was the guest businessman, arriving to sign a $1 million partnership deal. He shook hands with everyone, laughing proudly, completely unaware of who he was about to face. When the meeting began, the project lead announced, "Today's presentation will be led by our engineer, Daniel Lee." Ryan turned toward the door and froze. His smile disappeared. His hands started trembling slightly. I walked in wearing a suit, clean, confident, composed. The same calm eyes he had seen on that highway, only this time I wasn't covered in oil. He whispered, You're that mechanic." I nodded. "Yes, sir. I was learning hands-on that day. My father believes that real engineers should understand every level of work, even the dirty ones." He stuttered, trying to laugh it off. "Oh, come on, Daniel. It was just a bit of fun. I didn't mean anything by it." I looked at him and said slowly, "Respect isn't a joke, and dignity isn't optional." Then I turned to the board members and added, "I'm sorry, but I can't recommend partnering with someone who disrespects honest workers." The room went silent. No one dared to speak. The deal was canceled. Ryan's face turned pale as he realized what he had lost. Not just money, but the respect of every person in that room. Even now, whenever I drive past that same highway, I remember that day. I remember the look in his eyes when he finally understood. And I thank life for teaching me that silence and self-respect are more powerful than anger. Because sometimes the people you look down on today might be the ones sitting across from you tomorrow. Moral of the story: never judge a person by the dirt on their hands or the uniform they wear. True dignity doesn't come from power, it comes from kindness and respect. If you like this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Moralist, for more real-life stories that touch the heart and open the mind.